my name is Jamie. I live in Saudi Arabia and I have a huge collection of makeup that just keeps growing, so let's talk about it. So, Black Friday got me. It got me good. I have a few things that I want to talk about today. First of all, I would like to discuss that I am killing it today, murdering it. I may have found the freaking key to my stupid brain, and it's so simple that I can't believe I haven't been doing this my whole life. So here's what you do to unlock an ADD dumb brain. You make lists and you check shit off. I woke up today, like not early, at like 10 o'clock, and I was like, oh, I have so much to do today. I have so much homework to catch up on, and I should film, and I should do this, and I should do that, like, blah. And I, as an ADD person, don't see things as task lists. I see them as gigantic things that have to be done. And now that I'm kind of like back in school personally myself, I was really worried about how I was going to handle or cope with just the workload. Not even the workload, like I'm perfectly capable of doing everything. It's not necessarily that any of the tasks are that hard. It's just that I don't know not even how to manage my time. It's just to get the momentum to get shit just done and out of the way. I lay around and get so overwhelmed and so stagnant that I can't even get a single thing done. And I just end up laying in bed, which is not good. And then I get sad, and then I get depressed, and then I think I'm a piece of shit. And then it just compounds itself. So, I mean, my therapist has told me this, TikTok has told me this, break things apart. And also, for fuck's sake, like, I'm a teacher, and they literally tell you to do this with ADD children. Break down tasks into manageable pieces. Make checklists for kids. And, you know, there's something to it. I have snowballed and gotten so much momentum today. Maybe I'm in a manic phase. Who knows? Let's not analyze that. But I have drank this much water today. I never drink this much water. And the more I keep going, the more I'm like, oh, I'm gonna put this on the list, and then we could put this on the list, but it's nothing so big that I can't manage it. And then even I had like an assignment to do. I made a checklist of things to do for that. What? Anyway, so if you would like to manage your life, consult with me, Dr. Jamie, professor of bullshit makeup. Anyway, so getting back to the task at hand, I wanted to sit down and film today and yeah, show you what I purchased on Black Friday. Now, if you are a particular subscriber, named Jamie, also Jamie, don't come for me, first of all. And if you are a new subscriber, hi. You must really like makeup because my film quality is not great. But you know what? Mama doesn't want to buy a camera right now, and I'm sorry. Sorry, not sorry, whatever. So I picked up some stuff from two different sources, okay? And each of these totaled about less than 200 riyal, so less than $50. And I believe the first one is 137 and the second one was 152. I made an order from Beauty Bay, which you guys knew was coming, right? Like, if you saw the video where I was like breaking apart my Black Friday anti-haul things, you saw this coming. So I ended up picking up from Beauty Bay 3 things. I got the Wilderness palette because it was 37 riyal, which is about $9. And it really is pretty. I looked at this when it came out and I was just like, ooh, 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 this is a thing that's very, very beautiful. And what really draws me to it are these like deep, dark, rusty reds. So yeah, I got it. I swatched it a little bit last night. It looks really good, although it definitely looks like it stains. It is, I guess, a pressed pigment palette. It is cruelty-free. So that's great. The description is, reconnect with Mother Nature in the Wilderness palette. Inspired by all the rich, earthy tones, leafy greens, and molten shades that nature has to offer us, this 20-shade palette features wearable hues whilst still allowing you to explore your creativity. Featuring the same Beauty Bay formula you know and love, each shade is packed full of pigment, is super blendable, and lasts all day without fading. Now, as I discussed in my anti-haul, where I hauled this, the reason you get Beauty Bay is not for the mattes in general. You get it for the shimmers. The shimmers have a very unique, nice quality where they're very soft, very pigmented, and you kind of like smear them on. You almost don't need, like, you never need to wet your brush in order to get those shimmers to deposit. And they do tend to make a nice gold. Their gold is usually what I gravitate towards. This is my now 3rd Beauty Bay palette, and you know, I think my bases are set. I always say this, but we'll see what happens next month. I also picked up a set of lashes. This is the Faux Eyelash Trio. All good things comes in 3s, and our trio of faux mink lashes is no exception. Whether you want to upgrade your everyday look or really amp up the drama, these must-have lashes are the way to go. Simply trim as needed, apply your lash glue, not included, and allow to dry before pressing along the lash line to secure. P.S. Reusable for up to 15 times. Handmade, vegan, and cruelty-free. 15 times. I bet. I need to throw away some lashes and quit fucking wearing them. And then this, I think, totaled, I can't remember what these were. It's not super important. This whole thing was less than, like, again, 150 real. Less than 150 real. Then I think this was in the 50 range. This is the Weekend Vibes Blueberry Muffin palette from BH Cosmetics. And I had this listed twice. Now, I'm not gonna lie to you, I was not initially drawn to this palette. I did swatch a couple of things last night, and this Decadent shade, this darkest shade right here, is lovely. So there's a lot of nice things about this palette that I am very attracted toward. Angelica Vikist, she ranked this palette super high at one point in one of her, like, I think it was 2020 palette rankings. So it had me intrigued. I'm not sold always on a blue color story, but you know, I'm a idiot and I am a clown. So therefore, don't take what I say personally and basically ignore me whenever I talk about blue, because I'm gonna put it on my eyeballs anyway. When I say I hate it, it means I'm gonna put it on. Then I made an unfortunate decision to go out with one of my friends yesterday, and as you know, basically the only, or maybe you don't know, probably you don't know, but the only thing to really do here is go to a mall. And then inevitably, she's like, let's go to the Sephora. So we went to the Sephora, and I picked up Mercury in Retrograde for 152 real because it was half off. So I've actually already played with this palette, and it is quite pretty. It's nice. It's a nice palette. Definitely of all of the palettes that she has come out with, this one really tempted me more than any of the others. This is the only large Huda palette that I actually own, and this is like one of 2 palettes that I own. I have the Emerald Obsessions mini palette, and that is it. That is all. So it is quite lovely. Again, I think the deal with this palette and Huda palettes in general is that a few years ago we hadn't come out with that like really nice soft texture of shimmers yet, and that's definitely what she does now. I think that she has popularized it, but now a lot of other brands carry it. I would never purchase this thing full price, ever. Not in a million years. Not when there are so many other good quality indie brands and so many other good quality just other brands that provide basically the same like quality of shadows and shimmers, but for 50% off. Yeah, I did do that. So like I said, I already did a look with this, and I might post it. We'll see. I don't know. I'm gonna see how I feel about this one just based on what I'm wearing. I have a look in mind that I want to try that may be hard to execute. I don't know that I have all of the right things, but we'll see. So I'm very attracted to this Beauty Bay palette, and I really want to try this out because it is just freaking gorgeous. I may use the mattes in here and then dip into the Blueberry palette for the shimmers, which is the exact opposite of what I recommended to do with this palette, with either palette. But you know, maybe that will therein give us an accurate test. So let's see what we can do here. I'm gonna go ahead and prime my eyes, maybe put on some base a little bit, and then I'll be back. My base is on. I actually just did like the Wet n Wild Photofocus foundation in Nude Ivory, and I have cat hair on my face, and I've primed my eyes with the Melted Chocolate Matte Eyeshadows from Too Faced in Cocoa Cream. Usual. Ugh, why? I think I'm gonna head into, ooh, interesting. I'm gonna head into, or I thought I was going to head into the Wilderness palette, but I think I'm actually going to tuck in first into the Blueberry Muffin palette because I think that there is a better neutral, like eyeshadow, or not neutral, but crease color, this thing, transition shade, that one. I think this is going to suffice for me a little bit better for that end, and I'm gonna go in on just a brush. The shade is Fluffy, and I'm just gonna put that through my crease. There just isn't quite the color I'm looking for in the Wilderness palette, but that's fine. That's why I have two, right? So the look I'm gonna be doing is one that Raw Beauty Christie did when she was highlighting Black-owned makeup brands, and it was a little interesting, that video, but I really liked the end result look. So the Blueberry palette doesn't have the blue that I actually really want, but the Wilderness palette does, and the blue that I really want to work with is this Twilight color, this one here. So I'm gonna be doing a halo eye, and I'm just gonna place that in my inner and outer corners a little bit, and pray for me. I'm a little concerned about Beauty Bay mattes because we know, and I'm always concerned about me and halo eyes. It's just not always my favorite. So granted, I could go into, I think the, especially the Beauty Bay Age of Opulence, yeah, that palette, and get kind of a tone of blue that I like a little bit better, but meh, it's fine. I also kind of like the earth tone of this. It's definitely more navy for sure. Yeah, so I'm having some problems with creasing. Oh yeah. Excuse me. I think the worst case scenario is that I have to put down something from the BH palette to kind of negate that, which isn't the biggest problem, but still not what you want. Then I'm gonna go back in with a fluffy brush back into Fluffy from the BH palette. I'm gonna try to blend this a little bit more. Halo eyes are definitely a look that you gotta sort of trust the process. They don't look that good initially, and I don't really necessarily even like them on me so much. Just as a person with very cat eyes anyway, I think it kind of is a little counterintuitive to what is appealing on my eye shape, but I'm just talking. That may not even really be the case. I may go into this BH Cosmetics palette and just try to work this in a little bit. I'm gonna go into So Good. Just see if I can blend this in a little bit. That's better already. I'm a big fan of having this blue in my inner corner and seeping down, but you know, what are you gonna do? It's blue. It travels, it goes places. What did she do next? I think what she did next is she went in to a matte red shade. So I think what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna go back in to the Beauty Bay palette and I'm gonna go into Raw, this kind of darker shade. I'm gonna just press that like on the edges here a little bit. Oh, that's quite pretty actually. It's looking a little red, white, and blue, but just hang on. Like I said, I really wanted to use this red. It's more the tone that I like in a red. Okay, that is kind of turning out rather cute. It's still weird, but just give it a moment, give it a sec. It'll be all right. Now, what I think I want to do is I'm gonna go into the Beauty Bay, the BH Cosmetics palette, and I'm gonna go into Yummy, this shimmer right here, which is literally like a purpley red blue shimmer. It's quite pretty. It's weird, but it's pretty. I wish the shimmer was a little tiny bit basier and wasn't quite so sheer, which is what I like about the Beauty Bay shimmers. They have quite a lot of base. And keep trying to sort of blend. Weird look. I like it, but it's weird. I just wonder, there's two shades in here. It's Heat and Ocean in here. So there's the red shimmer and then Ocean is the blue shimmer. And I wonder if I could combine them like another time to basically do the same thing, but it's a little too late for that, unfortunately. Now I think what I want to do is I'm going to go into Ray. Maybe, it's still not basey enough. And I hope I'm using that term correctly. It's just, I want it more on my eyes, this shade Yummy. It's really pretty, but I want it more. There, that's getting a little bit better. I'm gonna go back in and blend with the brush that I had the blue on. And I may load it up a little bit with a taints more blue. To be honest, I just dipped into the BH Cosmetics palette as opposed to the Beauty Bay. Then I'm gonna go back in and I'm gonna try it again and blend everything with the shade Fluffy. This is kind of turning more into me relying on the BH Cosmetics palette to sort of save what's going on with the Beauty Bay. It's mainly the matte, but it's not bad. It's not bad, it's just not that great. So I think what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna go into Ray now in the Beauty Bay palette, which is kind of a light shimmer, kind of a duochrome flip if I'm not mistaken, this one. It's a little bit of green. This may be a mistake, but I'm just gonna kind of place that just in the middle, like right in the middle. Yeah. Okay. Yep. Okay, that is, I think it's going in the direction I want. I'm gonna close both palettes for now, and then I am gonna go ahead and try out the Beauty Bay lashes. I think to use these middle ones, that's a little bit bigger. Definitely gonna have to trim them. That's kind of nice. It has a little drawer thing happening. I like that. Or do I want these big fluffy ones? I'm gonna go ahead and take the middle ones because I have shit to do today. These are really soft. I really like them. I really like them. I'm just gonna, I hate to trim them. They're soft. Really, really soft. Very natural looking, and the band is quite clear. I like them. They were not too expensive. I can't, for the life of me, remember how much they were. Hopefully these just go right on. I'm a little leery. They're a bit straight. Very important to wait. I'm putting your eyelashes on. Okay. Please work. I think they'll work. I'm not totally. I like how fluffy and soft they are. They are really pretty like that, but they're a bit too straight and they kind of just end up sticking out. Okay, I'm gonna kind of not look like this, which is crazy. I'm gonna probably put my eyebrows on so that I don't look insane, and then maybe put on some concealer and stuff, and then I'll come back for my lower lash line. Okay, so at least my eyebrows are on, and I did put on some concealer and a little bit of powder, stuff like that. So I think what I'm gonna do, it's very tempting to just use this BH palette because it's cute. I'm gonna go back into Twilight from the Beauty Bay palette, which is the blue. I need to get organized. Where the, why? My mirror. Good. Great, okay. So I went into Twilight and I'm just gonna bring that down a little bit. I'm gonna very gently smoke that in, just. This eye is not what I want it to look like, but I think I can still probably fix it. It'll be all right. Worst case scenario, I am just gonna put like shimmer there, so it's not really gonna matter. I would have liked to keep it a little bit more consistent with this eye. This eye had a little bit of space in the opening, but that's okay. Not in the opening, I had a little space in the middle, but that's okay. I'm gonna go back in to that red a little bit from the Beauty Bay. Well, and it already has a little bit of yummy on it, so actually I'm not really that mad about it. That's fine. Okay. And I am gonna dip back into Yummy from the BH palette, this purpley sparkly tone right here. And place that very in the middle. I'm just gonna bring it down a little teeny weeny, teeny tiny bit. Then to finish it up, I think I'm gonna go back into Ray, this kind of light shade here in the Beauty Bay palette, and I'm gonna put that in my inner corner, kind of aggressively to sort of lighten this whole situation up. It's actually coming off green, which I'm not. I don't hate it, but I don't love it either. I'm gonna go into, I think in the Beauty Bay palette, I'm gonna go into Cravings. This one right here. I thought I should probably use the Beauty Bay or the BH palette, but I don't wanna only have us see the BH palette. Okay. So I think that's good for now. I am gonna finish up my makeup and put on a lip, and then I will be back to kind of discuss both palettes. But I think you already know what I think, but I'll talk about it anyway. Okay, I'll be right back. Okay, so this is the finished look. I think it turned out okay. It's not my favorite on me. I think it captured the spirit of what I was going for, and I feel like I'm not sure. I'm not entirely sure how I feel about this. I almost do feel that both palettes were necessary to really capture the essence of what I wanted to do. So that is positive, I suppose. And it's okay. It's in the vein of what she did. I'm just not certain that like halo eyes are that cute on me necessarily. So that's more of a personal preference thing than it is actually anything else. The palettes. So I literally can't wait to try this one again. I think that this is beautiful. Really, really, really pretty. I am super impressed with how deep it goes, and I'm actually really impressed with this Yummy shade that went in the middle and really did what I wanted it to do. It's not red, it's not purple, it's not blue, it's just, it is. It is what it is. And the Wilderness palette, I'm gonna definitely stretch her legs again for sure. Like I said, I'm really, really interested in these red colors, and I almost want to do just like an all over red eye at some point. Like I got, as you know, I got the Blood Sugar palette, I got the mini Blood Sugar palette, and I hate it. I think the tone is hideous on me. I don't like that really, really like cool red tone on me at all. I think it's ugly on me. I don't want orange. I didn't want pink. I wanted red. And this Wilderness palette has red. The greens I think are really pretty. I'm just like, all of these earth tones I'm gonna get into. I'm not worried about it. Like I may not seem as enthusiastic about it, but I sort of feel that it'll find its time. Like it'll find its stride in my collection for sure. In terms of the quality, I sort of made a prediction that was correct about the mattes in this palette, and what I kind of feel is that they're very, very pigmented, but the blendability therefore isn't as good. This is a little teeny bit more muted, and therefore it just helped blend everything out a little bit better. So it is a little disappointing to see that you need, especially with the blue, you need a different palette in order to help blend out a very pigmented, almost too pigmented shade in your Beauty Bay palette. But man, the price was right. The price was way right on both of these. So, I wouldn't necessarily hold them up to the same standard as a different palette, say, that cost 3 times more. Like, again, this Beauty Bay palette was $9. It was $9 on sale. So, it gets a few passes. It's excusable. So, yeah. Anyway, I hope you liked how this turned out. It was fun to do. I enjoyed it. I will do it again. Please come back. Please like and subscribe. I'm nice. I do things. I try to upload when I can, when I feel like it. And it's fun. Mainly, obviously, I do this for fun. Obviously. This is like a hobby of mine. It's not, you know, anything. Anyway, I hope you're having a lovely day wherever you are and enjoy the next couple weeks, and I'll see you later. Bye.